Hello guys, good morning. Today we are going to be looking at the volatility 10 index. Now you all will know I trade limited pairs. I really don't trade a lot of pairs, and that is majorly because I just want to have clarity. You get, but sometimes some persons just still ask me to drop an analysis for them on a different pair entirely, and I still try to get that done. So now today, what we can really see on this higher time frame is we can clearly see that the market is on a downtrend. We can clearly see the market is on a downtrend. So what can we simply do? We can simply come to the current price and try to look for an opportunity. You get, so we can simply come to the current price and try to look for an opportunity. Now here, what can we see? We can clearly see that price at this point gave a break of structure, you understand, and got retested by this zone. And secondly, we can also see that it also gave a smaller break of structure here and got retested by this zone here and made a massive drop to the downside, which is this drop. So that is a significant move which we ought to look at. There's another point here. We have a break of structure. Okay, I don't like using this too. So there's another point here where we have a break of structure and we have price. It's retraced to the upside up to this point, and currently we are waiting to see what price will do, which is market. And we also see that price has rejected from this point, and it's rejected from this point with a severe bearish candlestick. So we can now go to the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, what can we easily see? We can see that price still created rejections from this point, and we would simply want to draw a trend line. So when we connect our trend line from this point, connect it down to this area. One thing you would easily see is that price has broken this trend line clearly. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame to get to picture out what we are looking out for clearly. So same thing, trend line properly drawn out. It's clear. So we can go down to our, okay, let's still go back. So on this one, we would mark here out for our take profit, and we'll go back to our chart. So on the chart area, we want to understand the structure happening here basically. So now we are looking for a sell. We are looking for a sell, but then we have to properly understand what is going on here to be able to at least know what we are doing. So easily you can see a break of structure here. Easily you can see a break of structure here. So I'll make it a little bit bolder so you guys can see it clearly. Then we have another break of structure here. We have another one here. And we have another one here. So now let's look at how price reacted from the different levels. Now for this one, I will change the color so you guys can understand what we are doing. Okay. So you see I have a green line here. So in order to be able to identify or pick trades from the downside all the way to the downside, we have to watch how price is reacting to our resistance levels from these areas. from all of these areas. We have to see how price is reacting to all of these resistance levels. So we've marked this out. We saw that price rejected from this point to the downside. So this would have been the best probable entry for a sell on volatility 10. But then we missed it. I know we were trying to catch a buy from this point to the upside, so we missed that. Now, one thing with trading is whenever you're looking at a different bias, it's always difficult to catch the opposite bias of the movement of price. So we have this area also. You can see what happened. Price pushed up to this point, gave reactions, bearish, and dropped. That's good. We have another point, which is this. You can see price also did what? Broke to the downside, came back to this zone, reacted from this zone in alignment with this other block. In alignment with this other block. Met with it clearly, and it did what? It dropped massively. So one thing I'll easily do is I would like to extend my other block. If I can see price rally into this point, then that would be a very huge shot. It would be a very huge shot to take, because I would know clearly that I can risk a lot on that, and in turn make a reasonable profit out of it. So now what next again can we see? We have to mark the next level. The next level is this point here. So the next level is this point, and this point is where price is currently at the moment, trying to reject it because we have also another block situated at this price point. So now we are currently anticipating that price will drop from this point, at least to this point, and further to the downside. But because of the way this drop was, I would actually expect price to retrace a little bit more into this zone before giving us an entry. That's what I would expect. But even if that doesn't happen, if it drops, that is also a good one. You get. But another thing I'm looking out for is we look out for other zones. So we have this level of resistance also here. Which could mean that that's where price is maybe trying to retest and push to the upside. Either which way, it's fine. Then we'll mark other levels. So mark other levels out, and these are the levels. We have 1, 2, 3. So all of these levels are very important. I know we have zones here which might want to be used. Like we can see price is currently reacting off of this point here. You can mark them out. For this one, if you were to use this, maybe some persons would have used this zone to catch the buy. But I won't be using that. I'll leave this out of it. But then it's something to still note, because when price got to this point, let's just put it. Because when price got to this point here, you see price reacted from here to the upside, and it reacted again from here. Now, why would we not be using this zone, this one, and this? You see, all of them are almost at the same area, and we have this one which already has reacted with price. So let's allow, and price also has reacted here. So the simple thing and easy thing to do is to wait. So we'll simply do what? We'll wait. Wait for what? Wait for price to either react from this line, this level of resistance, to the downside, or we wait for price to push to the upside, which is a more probable zone. Then when it gets to this point, okay, I want to, okay, it's okay. So basically, if price doesn't react from this point and maybe breaks above here, then one thing I'll simply say you can do is you can basically wait for price to get here. This is a more probable zone for us to get sales from, and I expect it to hold. when you're taking your sales from this zone, you can either wait for price to tap this line and sell, or tap into this other block and sell. So either which way you're working with, if you're using this other block, then you'll be putting your stop loss just at this line, at this level of resistance, or at this level of resistance. If you're using the other block, then if you're using this line to take your entry, then you're putting your stop loss here. So basically for me, I would like to take my trade from the level of resistance, which is from this level, and I'll put stop loss here, and then take profit would be, so my take profit would be at this point. So it's really going to be a swing trade. So if I can see price get to that point, it's going to be a swing trade, a long trade. But then if price just still moves from this point here, which is highly unlikely to happen. Okay, so if price just decides to move from this point, then we could be looking at taking profits just at this price point. I won't want to hold that trade long. I won't want to hold the trade long. So these are what we are looking out for on the volatility 10 index. I hope you guys are able to make use of this information in the best way possible, and it helps you make some little profits in your pocket. Do have a wonderful day, guys. One love, peace, guys.